Hey, welcome back. This is the Sierra program where we discuss content related to mental health and all things well being, discussing relationships and things of that nature. So, a couple things. I feel that I have been very light as far as the content, very kind of airy, just giving, some basic overviews and basic information about various topics. There's so much to cover, so much content related to mental health. I've just kind of been taking my time and trying to build to anything specific. Well, today, I definitely want to dig in a little bit deeper. I started off last video talking about choices and the power of choice and wanting to dig a lot more into how we as people go about the process of making change in our lives. So let's jump right in. As far as change is concerned, there's a technique or a model of therapy called motivational interviewing. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may be familiar with it in some ways. And what motivational interviewing does is it assesses a person's willingness and desire to change. So, what I mean by that is that there are various points and various um, levels of change when someone's willing to make a specific change. And so motivational interviewing looks at that and takes some information from that and decides if and when a person might be ready to make various choices. So let me give you just some random example, right? I used to actually work in retail, and so in retail and in sales, you're looking at if someone is really ready to make a purchase, and there's various behaviors and indicators that are looked at, right, as far as if someone's really ready to make a sale and if you're able to really get them into that item that you are wanting them to pursue. Well, the same is true with any other thing in our lives, right? Right now, we have various apps and various things out there that are able to help you to move forward in different ways. And the reasons that they're able to do that is because they're assessing your willingness and your desire to make changes in your life. Let me give you another example or another pointer there. There's another modality in therapy called CBT. A lot of you may have heard of that, may be familiar with that. CBT is called cognitive behavioral therapy. And so, what cognitive behavioral looks at is the cycle between your thought process, your emotions, and your behaviors. And so, what CBT says is that our thoughts dictate our feelings, which dictate our behaviors. And sometimes this is happening so very quickly that we don't realize how much that interplay is really taking place and what's really happening in the process. Well, what we want to do is we want to slow ourselves down just enough that we're really able to look at that and see what is it our emotions are saying, what is it that our thoughts are saying about our emotions, what's the data that we're getting from this information, and how can that influence our behaviors. So while I'm on that topic, let me just point out that I was recently watching a show, and I want to say it was like PBS show. I think it's called Hacking My Mind, Hacking Your Mind, something to that effect. And it was really fascinating. It was talking about these various interplays between our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. And it really talked about how quickly our thoughts are happening and how sometimes we're reacting and responding without really pausing, taking time to process the data that's coming in. We're really just rapidly making decisions. And so, what I'm wanting to bring about here in this mini series that I've discussed is when we pause, when we take time, when we slow down, which is one reason that you find therapists and different people in counseling telling people to take deep breaths, slow down. We're trying to get you to slow your mind down so that you're really processing the information that's coming in and able to make more informed choices. And so, one of the things that I want to get at in this mini series is helping us to decide that we want to slow down and helping us to decide how to make necessary choices. I hope this information, this content is helpful, was helpful. Hey, do me a favor. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Please share, please subscribe. And until next time, be well and be blessed.